Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome to today's episode of Top Deck, my friends. We are covering a top 500 deck. I appreciate you tuning in. This deck is by Alessio, so congratulations, Alessio, in the top 500 with this Jeskai Control deck. We do have a lot going on for you today and that we're going to cover, so please check out the timestamps if you'd like. We are going to cover the strategy and objective of the deck. We're going to talk about the deck list. We're going to cover the sideboard and how-to guide, and then we're going to go play some competitive Magic for you here in both best of 1 and best of 3. And lastly, we'll wrap it all nicely together for you about where this sits in the meta and some final thoughts. So with that said, Planeswalkers, as always, I appreciate your support, so please feel free to subscribe down over there, like the video as well, and other great ways to support down below in the details description. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into it here today. We got our top 500 Jeskai Control deck. Now, before we get started, I do want to thank Charizard7 for allowing me to test run this with him on his live stream on Twitch, so thank you very much. But with that said, let's hop here. This deck list, my friends, is available for you down below in the description as well, along with the links. But this is a Jeskai Control deck, so what that means is it is the red, the blue, and the white color schema, giving us the Jeskai colors. And then additionally, it's control deck because it's all about tying down our opponents and then playing with some late game kind of finishers. This is a little bit different though, so let's talk about this because actually the early game tie-up involves some creatures, direct damage, those kinds of things, but then again it evolves into that traditional kind of late game deal. So really what we're focused on here in the early game is just controlling the match, and then once you get past kind of that 4 spot in the curve, now we can obviously get to our -6 here in Ultimatum Ultimatum, so used to saying that, Ultimate with Narset, the Ancient Way here, to continuously ping with 2 damage. We have things like Trawler, as well as a Shark or Emiria's Call, to really close out the match. So that is really the strategy and the objective of this deck. It's tying up our opponent's early game. It is going to be a little slow out of the gate, so just remember that, but you're doing a lot of 1-for-1 trading, so you should be able to hold off just fine. We got things like Shatter the Sky to support, and then obviously other things that kind of lock stuff down. So very excited about this. Another challenge though that you can run into is certainly the mana. Being able to get the double cast can be a challenge at times, so just keep that in mind. But very, very smooth, and once you gain that control, it's certainly hard to come back from for your opponents. So that is the objective of the deck. Again, locking down early game, finishing late game with some big hitters, and ability to kind of really play around what our opponents should be playing. I expect this deck to do fairly decent, actually, against mid-range and early game, as long as we continue to hit what we need to. But then when we hit late game, if we run into a more control-y deck, this could be a challenge, and we'll talk about that a little bit with the sideboard here. But we'll see how it goes. And the other thing is aggro might have that potential to really get under us quickly. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the deck list in its totality here. We covered a couple of those cards at a high level, but first we got Negate, so we can counter target creature spell or non-creature spell. We have Scorching Fire, 3 damage, exile creature or planeswalker. We have Shatterskull Smashing, that modal land where we can do X damage among up to 2 target creatures or planeswalkers. If X is 6 or more, it deals twice that damage. And then additionally, it can come in as a tapped land, or we can pay 3, kind of like that Pain land, to have it come in untapped. We have Skyclave Apparition. Again, I will not stop saying this, one of my favorite cards from Zendikar's Rising, particularly in the white, even though I love Crawling Barrens, I will say. Here, when this enters the battlefield, we get to exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent we don't control, with converted mana cost 4 or less. And then when this leaves the battlefield, exile card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is converted mana cost to the exile card. We got good old Bone Crusher. We got an Adventure. We can deal 2 damage at instant speed for 2. Damage also can't be prevented this turn. And then additionally, a 4/3 Giant. When it does become the target of a spell, Giant will deal 2 damage to that spell's controller. We have Soul Seer, a 3-drop instant speed, dealing 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Additionally, permanent loses indestructible until end of turn. We got Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis. This Planeswalker here, -1/+2/+1 on 2 target creatures till end of turn. Down 2, we can also create 2 1/1 human soldier creature tokens. Then -3, we gain 5 life. For 6, we can escape it, exile 4 other cards from our graveyard, and bring this back into play. We got Shatter the Sky, ability to wipe the board. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater will then draws a card and then destroy all creatures. And then again, we got Narset, as I mentioned, so we can +1 gain 2 life. We can add a mana, spend for a non-creature spell, -2 draw a card. We can discard a card, and then we'll deal that amount of damage to creature or planeswalker. And then last, that -6, like we talked about, whenever we cast a non-creature spell, we do 2 ping damage to any target. We have Elspeth Conquers Death, a very powerful saga here, where we can exile a target permanent an opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or greater. The second one, non-creature spells cost 2 more to cast till next turn. And then 3, return a creature or planeswalker. We can either put a +1/+1 counter on it or a loyalty counter from our graveyard. We got Ox of Agonis. So this works really well in pulling back a lot of win conditions if we need. Then Ox of Agonis enters, discard our hand, draw 3 cards. So we get some reloading ability here. And then escape it for 2 reds there. Exile 8 other cards from our graveyard, and this escapes with +1/+1 counter on it. We got good old Shark Typhoon. We can either have this enter as a 6-drop enchantment, where anytime we cast a non-creature spell, we can create a flying shark for XX, equivalent to the mana cost of that card. We can also cycle it for X and 2, and then when we cycle it, we get to draw a card and then create that blue XX flyer shark. We got good old Trawler. Trawler is very hard to get off the board. You can either exile it or you can board wipe it. You can flying lifelink, or you can hit it when you don't have a card in hand. But flying lifelink, whenever you draw a card, Trawler is going to get +1/+0 to the end of turn. Whenever it attacks, we get to draw a card. Discard a card, Trawler gains hexproof until end of turn and tap it. So that's what we were talking about. Emeria's Call, again, a great finisher here. Create 2 4/4 white angel warrior tokens with flying. Non-angel creatures you control again gain indestructible until your next turn. So very powerful. Again, this can also enter in as that shock land there for 3, or you can have it enter in tapped. And then obviously, last but not least, all our lands. So again, no Crawling Barrens, but all good. So particularly in this, you're definitely going to need that mana mix. So nice job, Alessio. Really, really like the main board. So let's go ahead now and talk about this top 500's deck sideboard. So what I like here, first thing that you're going to see is about 2 things really helping you in the late game control matchup, and additionally giving you good board wipers and abilities to hit enchantments, which is big. So here, Soul Guide Lantern, we can enter it. This artifact will enter. We can sack it, exile opponent's graveyard. When this does enter, we get to exile a target card from a graveyard. And this, when we sack it, exile opponent's graveyard. And then again, we can pay 1 and draw a card if we need to with it as well. You're going to run this against rogue decks. You'll run this against mid-range decks that are leveraging graveyard. Anything leveraging graveyard, you're going to want to play this. Essence Scatter, this is going to be good against early matches. You're countering target creature spells. So things like mid-range or potentially aggro, for sure aggro, potentially mid-range, I should have said other way around. But things like Mono Red, Winota decks, Gruul aggro decks, all that fun stuff, warrior decks, knights decks, these are good ones for. Then we have Negate, counter target non-creature spell, good against things like Great Henge, great against mid-range and late game, things that are running more control, things that are also running Doom decks, Esper Doom, Yorion decks, those kinds of things. Any, mono black control, big red, those guys. Then we have Mystical Dispute. This spell costs 2 less cast if it targets a blue spell, counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. You're going to play this against anything running blue for sure. That's a must. Late game Yorion decks, any control decks, anything that's certainly like true control, like UW control, or even Izzet decks. This runs great against. So those really, really nice spots for those. Shadow the Sky, you're going to run against creature-based decks, aggro decks, those kinds of things. We already talked about that. Early game, fast decks, this is a good one. Shark Typhoon, I like. Mid to late game, you can also run this early game if you need that creature body at the beginning. Something to think about. We do have enough to kind of help us trade early game, so just keep that in mind. I like this more in that late game play. Last but not least, Heliod's Intervention. So destroy X target artifacts and or enchantments. Target player gains twice X life. Certainly you can run this against aggro deck if you need to pull that life back. Also works decently against things like Annex and Cleave. Works great against Gruul aggro, against Henge and Cleave and all that stuff too. So you can keep that in mind. But the real piece for this one is Doom decks. You're going to want to run this against Doom decks. We don't have a lot that really are going to deal with Doom decks because we're going to miss on some of these things. So Skyclave, we have Negate. All our direct damage things are essentially dead cards in hand. So that is really what this helps you with. So Planeswalkers, that is the sideboard. So now we're going to talk about how we line it up against an aggro, mid-range, and a late game deck. So against the aggro, you're essentially not going to have to worry about negates. You can keep these. These will all work really nice. Elspeth can work. I don't mind getting rid of that one though either. Elspeth Conquers Death is another one to take a second look at. So what you're going to flip in is you'll flip in the Essence Scatters, you'll flip in the Shatter the Skies, and then you could always, like I talked about, potentially go those. So the easy one is really 4 here. You pull those 4 in, you drop the negates, and you can drop 2 Elspeth Conquers Death and call it a day. And that's a great lineup for mono red, Winota decks, Landfall decks, Gruul aggro, Knights decks, and Warrior decks. So then when we get into the mid-range, we got things like Rakdos, mid-range, Sultai mid-range, we have Selesnya, those kinds of things as well. So where would we change things up here? Well, depending on, this is kind of where we get a dichotomy between control and creature-based. If they're more creature-based, stick with what we did for aggro. If they're not, then you're going to flip into more of a, depending on what they're playing, Mystical Dispute, potentially negates, for sure, probably Soul Guide Lantern as well, and then maybe some of these other things depending on how they're lining up. So let's look to move 4 in. Again, where you're going to look is the direct damage. If you have to deal direct damage against non-creature decks, that's where you're going to go. So that could be 6 right there for you. You also got Shadow the Sky, so that's a pretty easy shift in. And then additionally, let's just talk about rogues here for a second. So rogues decks, you're going to play Mystical Dispute, you're going to want Shadow Sky, you're going to want Shark Typhoon. So these are good ones to pull in. You're going to drop the Elspeth Conquers Death. Shadow the Sky still works nicely. You may drop the Soul Seer because you're not going to necessarily need that as much. You probably drop the negates too because Mystical Dispute's going to help you with draw and lock on the quick flip on the slip, and then also things like that. But obviously you could run those if you wanted to, and then just really pull down from the top end. And then last but not least, so we did talk about the aggro, the mid range, and some of the rogue deck stuff. We have late game decks. So this is really pivoted towards that more controlled matchup. Also Yorion decks on the sideboard because we know that that's probably where this deck's going to be weakest, like we talked about. So what we're going to do then is you're going to flip in negates, Mystical Disputes, Shark Typhoon, and Heliod's Intervention, potentially that. You're going to pull out things like Scorching Dragonfire, you're going to pull out things like Soul Seer, and then potentially Shatter the Sky. So that's 8. That's this is going to be 2, 5, 7, 9, and then maybe drop something like an Elspeth or this Elspeth. So that's good. We're really moving a lot of things around here for this. So Planeswalkers, that is the sideboard. That is the aggro, the mid-range, and late game lineup. We talked about the objective of the deck in terms of locking the game down early and moving towards that mid-range to late game with the top end pieces that are really going to hold in, close and cinch the game for us. So if you do have questions or comments throughout, let me know down below. Happy to help. Please feel free to hop in the Discord server as well. Lots of great banter and questions and fun that we have. So let's go ahead now and play some competitive Magic today. I'm really looking forward to this deck. So let's go back here and we'll go play some standard rank. So yesterday we ran the UW Enchantments deck or the Azorius Auras deck. Super fun, you guys. Check that one out. Had a lot of fun in best of 3. But today we're running the top 500 Jeskai Control deck, and we're going to start with start with our best of one, as always. So again, quick shout out to Charizard James. Appreciate the fun that we had in your live stream Twitch and allowing me to play. This was the deck that we played the first match that I was using as a warm-up for today's video. So very, very much appreciate that. So Planeswalkers, I am not going to keep this, even though we have okay draw, but we don't have good draw for best of one. So we're going to go ahead. This is much better. We'll keep this. I'm going to drop the shark. Let's view the battlefield. We'll keep that. I'm gonna say I'm going to be okay on negates, so we'll try that. Now quickly here, as always, Planeswalkers, truly I appreciate your support, so please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. While you're there, other great ways down below in the description to support. You can also like the video, or you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch as well. I do plan to get into live streaming myself a little bit more here soon, so let's go ahead and see what we got. Oh, we got a Boros Winota deck. Oh, you guys, I am so excited about this. We'll go 2. So I got to keep the 2 up, and I got to do this because I got plenty of plays here. So we're going to do this first. Houndmaster deck. Haven't seen one of these in a while, actually. Very excited about it, though. Right, so we can go 4. They had something there. Sorry guys, a lot of thinking. Just trying to figure out the play style here. We can't, I'm trying to think through, so they're going to burn it. Yeah, there it is, but we can counter it. We certainly could use a nice little trawler. So we'll keep the pressure up. And 4 other cards. So we need to get Elspeth on the board. We need to get Crusher on the board. Oh, there's the Winota. There's the Winota. Block there. And we'll do this. Could have gone with both those because if they die, then they'll get them. But let's see how they play this. I'd put it on the Houndmaster, to be honest. So we go there. We go there. They should have enough to get it, though. 4, 5, 6. Not enough. Ten, 6, 10. So short one. Should have flipped these two around. Oh, there they go. They had to fight as one. Nice. Now they got it. Oh, very aggressive deck. So like we said, the ability to get under very quickly can be an issue, and that's what we ran into there. So let's go ahead into our next best of one match. Haven't seen a Houndmaster deck actually for a long time. That was the first time I think I've seen it in like 2 months. So great to see that again. All right, let's see what we hit here for our next matchup. ASD it is with our top 500 Jeskai Control deck. Ooh, this is tough. We do have a lot. I might try this. It's gonna be slow. It's certainly gonna be slow. We got good mana though. Ooh, that is not what we wanted to hit. Not what we wanted to hit. And they are running. Ooh, Temur. So could be an Ultimatum deck. Probably going to be an Ultimatum deck. Definitely an Ultimatum deck. All right, let's see how this goes. We could use some of those counters right now. So this is where you'd pull a lot of your control in here from the sideboard, in particular, so that you can shut down a lot of this this early game stuff here and stop the ramp. All right, so we need a double blue. Wow, we still have that as a red, so we'll keep that. This is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Well, we do have 2 whites. Okay. I'm gonna hit that thing, get it off the board. Oh, what a nice hand, man. Very nice hand. Very nice hand. Not much we could do there. And we didn't have enough control. So, ooh, best of one. We're not holding up well right now. Let's go ahead here and do our third and final best of one match. And then we're going to go play some best of three. We are getting clobbered, and we're getting clobbered quickly. Lose fast and often, they always say. If you're going to lose. All right, let's see here. This is a little bit better. We got some stuff that we can do. So we'll keep it. Now I could sit on that one. I could sit on this one too. I'm gonna get the double on the board fast though. So that's why I'm doing that. So there we go. All right. I need to play that. Probably gonna be mono white. There we go. So I can live with that. Now we can choose what we want to do here. We'll go another red. We'll see what they play first. Uh-oh. Yeah, figured there was an apparition in there.
No quest is easy.
There, 3. You can certainly hit it here. We'll take our 4/4. Now we can hit a few different things. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. We got this too, huh? We'll pay 3 and make a bigger flyer here. Actually, let's do this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do 4. Oops. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Look at that. Glitch. I'll pitch it. I'll pitch it. So, wanted to select, hit those 2. We would have made a bigger guy there. We didn't get the opportunity to do that. That's all right. It happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can certainly do Emiria's Call though. Let's do this first. Is going to be an issue. That will be an issue. That's okay. We needed to double up there. Oh boy, not gonna do that again. So we got 12, 20 in the air. Now, if they bring that back, oh, they didn't do it.
Victory is just another puzzle to be solved.
We'll swing everything. $22. I need to get Elsie off the board.
Meditate with me.
Oh, we're good. We got one. There we go. We're golden. We had the body up, so we're good. So 1 and 2 in best of 3 today. We did beat the mono white deck, which is good because that's one of the best decks in best of 1. So very happy about that. Let's go ahead here now and move into our best of 3, my friends. So again, we are now playing the best of 3 standard ranked here. Last time I played this Azorus Auras deck. You guys can check that out. Today we're playing the top 500 Jeskai Control deck. We did play a Zerda Control deck, certainly different than this one. So very happy to be covering a different style today. So this is Alessio's deck. Let's go ahead here now and jump into it. For those of you that didn't watch the best of 1, to do a recap, we went 1 and 2. We did lose to some more kind of aggro decks. We lost to a Boros Hound deck, but we did beat the good old mono white Lifegain deck, which is pretty exciting. So very, very happy about that. Now for today, let's go ahead and crush it in best of 3 against the Rabbit. But as always, Planeswalkers, thank you. I appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch. We will play first here. So let's see what we got going on. This is a horrible start. We're playing probably a Doom deck. So let's mulligan. Negate's nice. Ooh, we're gonna hurt really bad. I'm gonna keep this one. We're gonna take it on the chin, and we're gonna take it on the chin like a champ for the first match, and then we'll pull in everything that we need to from our sideboard here. And we'll go from there. Scry 2. Ooh. There you go. Very nice. Rabbit. Maybe it's a control deck. Could very well be a Dimir control deck, but if it is running enchantments, I would assume that it's probably a Doom deck. It's probably Esper, but we'll see. Yeah, there you go. Oops. BO1. We got 4 colors. It's probably for cycle though, huh? We'll find out, I guess. I haven't seen this deck. So that's good. We got a negate. Now, we have to let it hit. Learned that one before. So we don't want that to happen again. Ooh, are they running a control deck? I don't know. Maybe a kill spell then. We'll find out, I guess. I didn't want to pitch it because of the negate. Alright, there's their negate. So we'll certainly pitch the rest of this. So the challenge moving into the blue is we gotta have blue. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we don't have a choice. We go 5, 6. Alright, let's see if we can come back. Problem is they're going to be ahead of us, so they'll be able to get rid of our get rid of our graveyard, but we don't have anything we can actually pull back. So there you go. Maybe the triumphs there for cycling. Rabbit it is. We're gonna do that. And decline. That's fine. We can hit the apparition.
I need some time alone.
Oh boy, they got in the gate again? Oh. I'll keep the 2 up. Oh, another Bastion Light. That's all of them, I think, isn't it? Gosh, gotta be close. Oh, now they got their counter. There it is. I'm gonna hang on to that. I don't need it right now. Don't need Skyclave yet. We'll sit on Crusher for one turn. Now is when you want the Crawling Barons. The matchup against other control decks. Let's see what we got going on here with Rabbit. Oh boy. So we'll discard the Shatter Sky. We'll let the Doom hit. So they are running the Heartless Axe, which is good to know. So they're certainly running. There we go. No counters on that. Certainly running probably Dance from the Manse, I would expect. Now they can hit my Skyclave, and that will give them a 3/3 to kill Crusher. That's too bad. And we didn't hit any of our win cons, really. I mean, they've pretty much taken everything off. What I want to know is if they're running Dance with the Manse. Oh, counter? Nope. Oh, nice. Nice Rabbit. Long match. Here we go. There's all their negates. There we go. I need to wait for one. I have to wait once. So I can not have that get hit. There we go. How many do we got left? 27. Gone through quite a bit. Oh, very nice. They don't have anything in here, though. No. We still got one trawler. We can make a really big shark. We still got one shark, I think, right? Nope, we don't have one shark. We don't have an Narset either. Well, maybe one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's just, we got 8. We had to play it out anyway, so not much we could have done there. Go down 2.
Consider the future.
All right. So we could play Ox next. We need to top deck 2 direct kill spells here.
I will miss you, friend.
Oh, or Trawler. Trawler will keep us alive. Let's look. Oh, very nice. Very nice. All right, what do we go? We can go 5, gain 5 life. Let's see what we got here.
I will rend the sun from the heavens. Helios, follow me to the realm of the living.
Ooh, there you go. Could have took the Ox, but they have enough to get through here. Oh, it's a good match. They had the top deck on the negates. I thought they were out. Good thing they only have 4 though. So we'll see what we run into here. We are certainly going to pull these in. We're certainly going to pull these guys in. These guys. I'll actually drop those into counter target creature spell. I think we can drop. Scorching Dragon Fires are nice. Not good enough. These are not good enough. 5, huh? 3 more. Let's drop one of those. Two more we need to get rid of. Elspeth will do it. Bone Crusher was okay. We'll keep Bone Crusher on the side. I think we go with these. We'll see. Move way more towards control here. Let's see how it goes, Planeswalkers against the Rabbit here. Oh man. Unfortunately, I think I'm only going to get to 1 best of 3 today. We'll see. Getting late. Got a late start today on this one. Very, very good match, though. Very good match. Controls long matches, though. Long matches. All right, let's see what we got. We'll play first. I can live with this. What do they have? 22. We got 21. We're gonna have to play fast. We didn't see any Elspeths, so we could certainly get a Shark Typhoon on the board if we want. We're gonna have to be able to protect it, though. They can sack it, just fine. That leaves Skyclave open still. They didn't do it. All right, so what are you going to play your Spyglass on, Narset? Be my guess. Shark Typhoon, there you go. It's activated ability. I think we can still make flyers. We'll see. We will see, Planeswalkers. All right. No, you can't. But I can do this. Now they have Elspeth. One, two, three, four, five, six. No, they didn't negate. Could have waited, I guess. Made a big flyer. Now remember, they still have the black in there, so they're going to have a direct kill spell. Two, three, four, five, six. We'll go 4. Ooh. That's fine. Counterspell? No? Alright. they drop the Yorion, we'll see. There it is. So they need an exile. There it is. It's too bad that's odd. It's too bad. That's too bad. Counter? There it is. It's very unfortunate that we have to pitch that. Now, what I don't know is if this is going to hit for... I think it's that one. There we go. I can live with that. So 2. Six, 7, 8. Let's reload. There we go. And we'll take that off the board. Probably could have went white there. But now we're sitting pretty good. They can make 2. They can make 2 though.
Breathe in. Exhale.
We got 8. I think we gotta wait. As bad as it sounds, we can get 2 off that.
Many paths lie before me.
Problem is they're going to be able to attack in, and Mystical Dispute's dead. It's a dead card in our hand now. So we want to hit Trawler.
Strike with the cunning mind of the dragon.
We got 16, we're at 17. Alright. Oh, this is painful. This is very painful. We have to block a couple here.
Even masters make mistakes.
There we go.
Victory is just another puzzle to be solved. Let thoughts flow like river rapids.
Didn't mean to do that. Meant to keep it. That's alright.
This was not my plan.
Alright, let's see if that's gonna get us through. So we still have, what do we have? We still have one. Whew. Control versus control. Now, what are they gonna do? Gave us one more turn, huh? I'll take the Banishing Light here. Just to have enough guys to be safe. I don't think they have enough, but... Boom! There we go. Alright, on to the next one. That worked out fine. It worked out fine. I think we keep it that way. Whew. Let's try it again. They didn't even see like any of our counter magic really, so that was good. That was good. All right, rabbit. Rubber match. Rubber match here, my friend. Uh-oh, what are you changing up? What are you changing up here? All right, here we go. Waiting on our opponent. Let's see what we get. Oh, not enough blue. We'll do it though. We'll do it. We'll give it a shot. Not enough blue. I'll keep that. We got the white. We can hang on to that one for a while too. Ooh, that's fast. That's all right. I will cycle the shark. Gotta get that chip damage in, my friends. Let's see if we can get this on the board. Counter. Here it comes. Here comes the counter. There it is. Good news is no castle Ardenvales. Bad news is we're not hitting lands. That would have been 1, 2 have had. Oh, some lands. We're not hitting anything. There we go. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we gotta worry about slips. We got a little bit of counter magic, I think, coming up here. Ugh. That's actually pretty big for them to get that. And that we didn't have a blue open still. They probably have a slip, but we'll try it. No, they didn't. Gonna need a flyer. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Direct kill on this is game for them. We know they have them, so we'll see. If they don't have it and they can't wipe the board, we have game. Oh, they don't have it. Now they got it. They top decked it. And you know that because they went right over there. Nice top deck, my friend. Look at that. We saw it go from here to there. First cast. Well done. Well played. So, Planeswalkers, that is it for today. We went 1 and 2 in best of 1, and we went 1-2 in our 1 best of 1 match. Our opponent had a nice top deck there. That is how Magic goes, but very fun nonetheless. So today's deck was a top 500 Jeskai Control deck. As you saw, we pivoted from pretty heavy from like direct damage control into full control here with the sideboard for those matches. We're not able to quite get there. They had enough of the board wipe with exile. We didn't have enough open in terms of kind of holding up and staying safe there, but we didn't really have a choice. So very, very fun deck nonetheless. Certainly a spot in the meta for this right now. I think definitely probably a little bit better in the best of 3 side. You know, we've seen some UW control run pretty strong in the best of 1 space. So for best of 1, you know, we didn't run the best today. I think this is still probably like, just given what we have here, probably like a mid tier 2, low tier 2 one, top of tier 3 at the lowest. And then in terms of best of 3, I'd probably say something similar, probably mid range tier 2. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a tier 3 deck. It's certainly a fun one, takes a little bit longer in terms of matches, and then pivots nicely between aggro, mid-range, and late game. So well thought through. With that said, Planeswalkers, questions, comments, let me know down below. Happy to help. As always, please feel free to hop in the Discord server as well. Plenty of information down below in the details. Planeswalkers, as always, truly appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe down over there. Additionally, like the video if you like it. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on great content like this. All right, Planeswalkers, couple more decks here, hitting the new set here very soon with Kaldheim. Very, very excited about that. So take care, Planeswalkers. A lot more coming your way here in January, so stay safe. Mythras out.